Hi Aquarius, welcome to your July readings 2025 with me, Marianne. Thank you very much for tuning in today. It's always a complete delight for me to be here, and I appreciate all that want to stop in and watch your readings for the month. And I'm going to get right to it. For those that are new, welcome especially. It's great to have you just give it a moment, seeing if it's a resonation that you might want to continue to come back to. I would love that. I watch at least 6 different readers. So hopefully I can be a part of your roster now. That would be phenomenal. I am a longtime psychic and spiritual guidance teacher, mentor, I guess. I just have so many interests. It's ridiculous. And I want to kind of share as many as I can with you. And I do a monthly reading for each sign. So I'll be doing a 6-card spread today, with the past, present, and future emphasis and clarifications on that. And then I'm going to be starting, of course, I always like to start every month with the chakra check. And I am hugely a component of energy. I am a massage therapist of many, many years, 24 this year. And I also am a Reiki master. So I deal with energy a lot, but I also am fascinated with it. And the chakras are energy centers that have built in. They're the things, one of those beautiful mystical things in our lives. You don't see it, but they're absolutely happening and you can feel it. And sometimes there's a little bit of a blockage or resistance. And that's where I'd like to come in spirit, of course. I'm always in co-creation with spirit. And I had a conversation with you, as I always do, as a meditation prior to your reading, Aquarius. And light blue, the color. And color has so much energy as well. It's vibrational, everything is. And so I love to look at color. I love the way it feels. And certain colors just, they make us feel a certain way. This is all real, as well as people, and everything you see has an energy or a vibrational aspect to it. So, but this particular light blue made me realize that there was a lot of things happening in the upper chakras. I like to focus on the 8. There are many, but I have these cards that I like to shuffle and then just kind of pick, or have spirit pick. And then read the mantra on the back, because it helps to really utilize the specific chakra that I'm speaking of. And like I said, I just felt intuitively that with you, Aquarius, we have a lot of intuition happening, a lot of third eye, perhaps crown, which is the downloads we get. Our dreams may be notably different. We're in Cancer season. That's a water sign. Cancer is notoriously known for being very psychic, very intuitive, empathic. They deal their whole life with the feeling, and how things make them feel is how they can judge, the next move and so on. But also, Cancer is ruled by the moon, and the moon has the tides, and it does actually have a very strong gravitational pull for all of us. So I always mention the 2 important moons, the full and new of the month of July as well. But yeah, I was sensing that you're definitely picking up very strongly on the influence of Cancer. And then Jupiter went into Cancer on June 9th. So that's there for a full year. And it's just a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful placement, because Jupiter is the benevolent planet. We only get to have Jupiter in our sign every 12 years. And so now it's in Cancer. And so it's very, very comfortable, happy, and all of us get to benefit from that. Also, we've had Venus in Cancer, and Venus is love and magic and money and feeling good and scented. Our love life seems to be improving, or we may be thinking more about love. It's generally a heart-centered time, and I love that. It's summer in the North Hemisphere, but there's something that I'm really feeling like there's some messages, there's some great strong influences that are going to direct you in some way in July, and there's a lot of positive aspects for July, and there's some more stern, like life, and you'll handle it like a charm. I know you will, Aquarius. You're an air sign, as am I. I'm not an Aquarius, but I am your fellow air sign, and we are thinkers and doers, and we want to communicate, and we want to express, and we want to see the world in a better place and be more fair and more just, and we're not afraid to speak that out and to, communicate this, right? Let me shuffle this quickly and pick the important spirit-guided chakra for the month of July for you. Okay, I hope you're feeling good already. I wanted to get these all out, of course, on the 1st, but we are actually having 4 retrogrades this month. And it's not unusual, except I think having 4 is a little bit, but they generally run around this time every year. And we have one of them being Mercury retrograde. That's 3 to 4 times a year. So most people I know now, because I mention it to them, I kind of teach and, just kind of give people a heads up on Mercury retrogrades. Because, it's good to work with the energies. I mean, if you know about it, it's helpful. If you know how to work with it and go with the flow versus against the tides, it's a way better way to handle everything in life, right? So I'm going to shuffle one more time. I'm being asked to do that. And you have the same one that Capricorn just got. Interesting. And that's the root chakra. Well, I'm have the appropriate correlating crystal, as you can see. And so that's interesting. You might want to watch Capricorn's reading as well. But let me read to you what it says, because this is a vastly important one, like all of them are. And it starts at the base, 1 through 8, like I said, that I like to read for. And that is our foundation. That is our security. That's our comfort, in the world, the earthly plane. And to feel at peace and grounded is just one of the best ways we can have the best life, the most holistic, life possible. So let me try to get this separated for you and read to you what it says. I like to consider this as a mantra. You might want to do this if you're feeling a little blocked ever in that area of the root chakra. But it says, it's number 1. And it says, and that has implication too, somewhere. We'll see where that is in your reading. The presence of spirit is solidly rooted in my body. I have the right to be here, and my life is abundant with love, comfort, and vitality. Isn't that a beautiful thought? Well, we can all certainly dream that. We can manifest it. We can write things down. And it just so happens, the 2 moons I'll talk to you about. The first is happening not too far. I looked in the sky. I look every night, and the moons are part of the reason I'm living, as far as I'm concerned. They've always been of interest and passionate things for me to be able to see and view and know that we're all a part of it, right? It's all a part of this vast, beautiful universe. But it is looking like it's halfway through to full, and it'll be actually full on the 11th, which is about a week from now. No, give or take, it's actually more. But my point is it's going to be in the sign of Capricorn, and Capricorn is an earth sign, and that is what was interesting, because Capricorn also got the root and the first chakra to be, kind of the emphasis for the month of July. Well, it seems as though in your situation, I'm feeling that you are being you're recognizing the full moons, of course, bring the light to a topic. They bring the culmination, something that needs to be addressed perhaps, or something you've been thinking about. It will bring out the important aspects to keep it moving, finalize so that the new phase or what have you, like we have phases every month, right, of the moon can actually transpire. And Capricorn's a success. That's the success sign. They're hardworking, they're diligent, they never give up, they're persistent. They are in it for the long haul. They are grounded, they are hardworking, and I think a lot of those traits are what you feel. I mean, Capricorn's right next to you on the zodiac wheel, Aquarius, but you also are ruled by, more modernly, Uranus. And interestingly, from what I remember, I could be wrong, please forgive me. I'm an aspiring astrologist, and I've learned for years, but there's always so much to learn. You can never learn enough. I believe your historical ruling planet is Saturn, as is Capricorn. So there's this part of you that knows about structure, knows about, restriction, and just kind of like, to just keep your nose to the grindstone. You're all about helping the world. You're the humanitarian sign. You want to see everybody fed and taken care of, and you're just going to do everything in your power to make that happen. But the Uranus part of you is real too, and that's the unpredictable, the out of the box. You're a very, I would say, notably strong character of being, innovative and, unique and blank disturber. You know what I'm saying? Just like, you're not going to sit back on your laurels. You're going to make it clear. You're very precise. You're an air sign. You speak very well. I think you're very, affluent in how you talk, and you might write. You might want to write. You may have a book that you're thinking and you want to, really share this idea, and it's coming from your higher power. It's coming from a dream. It's coming from prophetic, guidance and so forth. So absolutely love it. Well, I'm going to infuse the next in the part of the reading that I love to do, which is the tarot, with this beautiful base chakra of grounded present energy. And the words that go with the crystal is grounded, healthy, and strong. Red jasper is the actual crystal. It's just beautiful. I love crystals so much. I'm always with them and surrounded with them, and they naturally come in the earth, and they absolutely are used in so many ways that I don't think a lot of people are aware of. But they help us with a lot of the mechanisms within technology and things to help them, work their best. So I don't know. Life is phenomenal, and so many things we can see, but a lot we can't. And that's why I'm here to kind of bring that out and to inspire you to see the unseen or feel the unknown, right? So I have shuffled these. I always do bless the decks. And let's see what storyline is happening for you in July, Aquarius. It's a beautiful month. It's been some amazing readings. I could feel it. And it's even with the retrogrades, because they're going to be throughout the month. The shadow period of the Mercury has already started, as well as the, what was that one? The Neptune in Aries is retrograding on July 4th. So it's already happened. And there's delays, there's some setbacks, and, it can affect technology, transportation, and communication. I stutter more than normal during retrograde Mercury's, and there was delays in me uploading the videos, but it can still work out when you're patient and you have a direction and you're not trying to push it. I wouldn't start excuse me. I wouldn't advise starting a new anything or buying a new, phone or anything electrical that may have gone on the fridge, which can happen if you can help it. But of course, life goes on, and you can do it, and it'll work itself out. You may have to change in some way the outcome. And I found that to be true, but it's nothing we can't get through. Okay. And know that there's some really beautiful nuggets. When my clients reschedule, and they do it a lot during months with retrogrades, I have open time that things come in that I would not have been able to do. And I find some incredible deals or sales, or I don't know, another client comes in that then becomes a regular. Look for the beautiful things, they're out there every single moment of every day. So past, present, and future. Past can be just as recent as this morning. It doesn't have to be a long time ago, but it could have already definitely happened prior to this reading. And we'll find out about that in a moment. And then, of course, the clarification for all of those. And I will finish with an oracle message as well, or two. And I want to thank you all very much for taking the time to stop in. I would love to have you be a regular here. I watch at least 5 or 6. And I always make sure at the beginning, I push the like button. I push the notification bell just so I know when they're going to upload. And I definitely subscribe, because a lot of times YouTube will take it off, bring it back. I'm trying to grow my channel, and the only way I can really do that is with that gesture from you. It is a definite supportive thing to do. There's no cost involved whatsoever. You're not, stuck on any realm that way. It's just it's a supportive thing, and that's when you will see more of me, because the algorithms will allow that to happen. Okay, so that would be fantastic. I appreciate it always. Recent past. This was actually just in Capricorns in a different placement. So this is interesting because you are an air sign. So right off the bat, what I want to say about this is it can be yourself as an Aquarius. It can definitely be Gemini. And it can also be Libra. But there are 8 swords. Swords represent the air element. Swords are our mind, the sharp thinking, the clarity in what we say, and this, precision in what we want to do and how we want to learn and continue to grow and express and, feel motivated to do all of those. There's a restriction here. This is the card that says, my mind is blocking off something. And that's exactly where it starts, is in our mind. As a 4 placement Libra, I'm in my mind a lot. I plan many things and I think about things on a constant basis. So in the last 4, 5, 6 years, I've asked Spirit and I've asked my higher power to please help me to think and, for a certain amount of time, and then lower it down to my heart where there's feeling and there's, just this acceptance and sensitivity in life. And it's not just all about the cerebral, okay? Because it can really kind of affect us in a negative. And I don't want that for you or me or anybody. And know that these swords are there actually protecting. Nothing can get in and really harm you. Anytime we feel there's a restriction, it is absolutely a thing of our mind. And that's a powerful, powerful thing. It affects our whole body. It affects our energy centers. All of our all of that can be a little, off kilter. So remind yourself that when you're starting to get in a loop or you're ruminating about something and like, whoop, take that walk, take those breaths, play with the cat, dog, whatever it is, get into nature. Simple, simple ways to just kind of get out of your mind, into your heart, and, refocus. Let's see what the clarification for that is. I did shuffle really well. Okay, you have the 7 of Pentacles. So in my mind, this pentacle represents Capricorn, absolutely, because it's earth element. Capricorn, Virgo, and Taurus. 2 things I want to say that are of very much importance as well, astrologically. With many, many astrological signs changing in the planets of which they have been, it's a phenomenal year. And it started at the beginning. We had tons of retrogrades at the beginning, and it really slowed things down. We got through that. We had our first series of eclipses. North node is now in Pisces, South node in Virgo. Virgo is the earth element as well. Virgo is what we want to release. Virgo is money. Virgo is work. Virgo and Taurus and Capricorn with this full moon are focused on our finances, our day-to-day, tangible things, our physical well-being. Are we in a place where we're feeling we're worthy? Are we giving too much time? There's an equal give and take? It's 7. It's a great kind of beautiful, I would say abundant energy, because the 10 of Pentacles is the best. So 7 to 10, you're almost there. What you're doing now, and I think you're really focusing and might be causing this, loop of thoughts and maybe feeling a little restricted and like, oh my gosh, am I really happy though? Is it fulfilling me? Because there's so much more to life sometimes than money. We know that. Is it affecting your health? Is there something that you've noticed and you're thinking, well, that's because I don't have time for myself. I need to make those things happen, and you can. And this full moon will definitely show light on that because it's Capricorn and it's letting you know it has to do with those things. Making some really important decisions for yourself. This is already something I think you've been feeling, but I would say by the full moon, certainly the new moon, which then happens on the 24th of July in Leo, which is a beautiful, beautiful energy for all of us. And Leo is fire and ambition and fun, and they want to be seen and shine, and, they're generous and they're very, very passionate, creative individuals. So all of that will be affecting you as well. Air and fire, amazing combination elements, okay? Power couples, power friends, power relationships with whomever. As long as you don't get too fired up, you know what I'm saying? Then that's something that I think we all know. And I think a lot of people a lot younger are figuring that out. I mean, you can take that approach, but it never really leads to the best outcome if you've had that experience, and I know most of us have. Let us see though, because the last thing I'll talk about after we pull this up is a very, very important thing as well happening in July. But for the present energy, you have the Three of Cups. There you go. It's fun, and it's time for fun. It's time to celebrate. A lot of graduations, summertime, friendships. Retrogrades bring people back, people you haven't been in touch with. It's a slower period, my job is definitely slowed down. People are on vacation, and it's giving me time to do the things I need to do. I'm making huge changes, and they should all be happening and transpired and almost finished by the end of July. So if you're in any mode and as a air sign like me, you know this, but you still want to take that time to have fun, and it's going to get the other things going a lot smoother because you've given yourself that time and that balance. Okay, please don't overwork, don't overstress on anything. It won't help. Ask for the help you need. These are friends, these are, I don't know, people that have the same kind of sensitivity and compassion as you, and they want to be there for you. They're going to stick by you. You've known them. It could be family, it could be friends, it could be like your love ship. I don't know. There could be, well, anyway, we won't go into that. This is positive, okay? And we're in Cancer season through the 20th. And Jupiter went into Cancer. I mean, it's phenomenal energy. Venus is in Cancer until the 4th. It goes into Gemini. The last thing I wanted to mention to you, though, was a huge thing. Your more modern planet, Uranus, it's been in the sign of Taurus for the last 8 years. Another changing of the guard. It's going into Gemini on July 4th. It's going to stay there for like 2 months, 3 months, and then it's going to go back into Taurus, but it's going to go back into Gemini for 7+ years. This is huge. This is such a beautiful complementary energy for you, okay, as an air sign. You're both air signs, and for Libra as well. I mean, you could have any air in your planet or your chart. You can look it up. I absolutely love it. Oh, King of Swords. Okay, yeah, there you are. Oh, you are on top of it, boy. You are a mature. The maturity level is there with the King. The King is a masculine. It's kind of that, I'm going to make this happen. I am absolutely determined, and with a lot of Aries, even in retrograde, with the Neptune and the Saturn, very strict. Let's make stuff. We're going forward, man. I'm going to take that course. I'm going to ace it. You love to learn, you love to study, you might take a course, you might decide to go back to school. But you're going to get some very important information coming through, and this is usually with people in higher positions, or let's say, for example, doctors, lawyers, teachers, mentors, all of that. It could be you being that for someone else. Maybe you want to go into teaching, maybe you're about to. It's a lot, but when Jupiter is in Gemini, I'm not Jupiter. I'm so sorry. I've been doing that a lot. Forgive me. Oh my goodness, Uranus goes into Gemini. I mean, it's just fun. It's networking. It's more people. It's more outwardly, expressive communications that are going to excel. It's AI. It's internet, it's movement. It's so expansive and it's so beautiful. So having said what I could, the best way I could, let's move on to your future energy. And you have the Lovers. I love this. So yes, it has to do with romance, of course. Maybe the relationship that you're in right now, if you are romantically, has, it has kind of hit a point where it wasn't really progressing or wasn't really doing much of anything. And that could very well change with this passionate energy that's coming through. I'm serious with the new moon in Leo specifically. I mean, it's on. So prepare for that, unexpected maybe, but also Uranus energy and Venus in Gemini are just like, ooh, let's try this and let's try that. Let's be more versatile. Let's do some stuff out of the box. That'll change things up, right? But it doesn't even have to be romance. It's a great selection. It's a major arcana. You know, there's something in someone, maybe a work partnership, maybe a good friend you haven't seen in a while. You're back together during, you know, the month of July, and you're going to stay friends for the rest of your lives. Communication is beautiful, and it feels, everything is feeling really good for you, Aquarius. Let's clarify that. The Hangman. Well, as I mentioned, Pisces is in the North Node, and we are about to have our next set of eclipses. I didn't want to bring it up. It's just around the corner. You're going to start feeling the energy. Actually, it's already there. And we're just barely getting through the last ones and the energy and the information. Pisces is the most spiritual, sensitive, incredibly talented, creative, artistic, you name it. All of these juices are flowing and they're helping. It's happening for all of us. But we actually have, I believe it's a full moon. Gosh, I hope I'm right about that. I don't like to not give you the right information. I've just been talking so many dates and things. But the first eclipse will happen again in the series of North Node Pisces, South Node Virgo in September again. And the first one will be Pisces. It'll be on September 7th. And I do believe it's a full moon. So I'm feeling really good. I feel like you've had some hesitations, and you actually are welcoming them. And because this month will bring hesitations. It's an internalizing month with retrogrades. We review, we renew, we revisit. We just go over the fine lines and everything. So or details. So when it goes direct again in August, specifically Mercury, it's going to really be a time for, there's no stopping you. There's changes that are going to be so prevalent and so important for you. And you're really taking it easy, and you're taking in your spiritual side. You're listening to your intuition. You're listening to your higher power. It is the sign of taking things and seeing things in a different perspective like you never had before. I love doing that. I love it when I thought I was so set on a belief system because I grew up with it or whatever the reason is. And I realized later, I'm like, I don't feel that way anymore, man. No. It's like this whole new thing. Like you're starting to become a whole new person because so many things are changing for all of us. It's like that. I mean, your soul is, the soul stays the same in my humble opinion. But, everything around us has changed. Everyone, our friends, everywhere we're like, you're moving too? What job are you getting now? It's fabulous. That's what life's about, constantly evolving. So I love this reading. And, your fears and everything are real, and I get it. But I think you can put those aside, and I think you can really recognize all the things you've done to this point. There's time to celebrate, to have fun, to take relaxation, to know you've got some beautiful people in your corner. You're strong. You're capable. You're an Aquarius, okay? Let me finish with a couple of oracle messages and send you on your way. And thank you again for your time. I do appreciate it. I like to talk, and I think to myself, well, maybe I need to just, I'll shorten it. I'm going to be me. I may only have 4, 5, 10 views. One day I hope to have many, many more. But if not, I'm still going to do what I passionately love in addition to many other things I do. Because it means that much to me. And I hope that it can reach you in all the right positive ways. This is a beautiful deck called The Wisdom of the Hidden Realms. And it is by Colette Baron Reed. And you have, The Sacred Union, Partnership and Romance, 27. That's interesting. Well, 2 and 7 equals 9. And 9, we're in a 9 year. This is the year where we're shedding our skin. It's the year of the snake. We're going to be, like my son had a snake. I allowed him to have a snake, a ball python, for like 5 years. And they go through some stuff when they shed their skin. It's not an easy process for anybody, and certainly, the snake especially. But once they do, they're like this new person again for another 6 months, but it's the time you need to do that and to allow that and to accept it. But this is romance. This is that beautiful heart-centered energy I told you about. And I'm happy for you. If you have someone in your life, oh, do embrace it, okay? Because nothing's going to be perfect, but boy, I don't know what I would do without my friendships, really. I love my alone time. I obviously have, sometimes I think, more than I need, but I absolutely love the connection with others, and it doesn't have to be romantic, but I'm thinking there's an emphasis on that. Let's see what the second one is for you. The eyes of beauty, positive expectations, and clarity. 25, that's 7. Bam. Look at these cards. Aren't they gorgeous illustrations? I hope it's not too glary for you. Well, that's the first time that's come out, my friends, and I love it. So I just want you to have an amazing, amazing month. I would love to see you again in August. I will be here for you. And take extremely good care of yourself. Ride the waves and trust in the process, okay? Thank you so much. Bye for now.